put you right there with your cute little horn. Cute. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about board games and board gamey things. I am back again today with another pumped up Kickstarter. And today's pumped up Kickstarter preview is on Sprites and Sprouts from Open Owl Studio, who very kindly sponsored today's video. Now, a few things to note before we dive into it. Number one, as per usual with my preview videos, this is not an official how to play. If there is one available, I will make sure to link it in the description below. This is more so a general overview to help you figure out whether or not Sprites and Sprouts is going to be a good fit for you. Another note is that this is a prototype, so anything that you see is subject to change, and that of course includes rules, it includes components, all of that good stuff. But if it sounds like something you're interested in, all of the links, everything you need are going to be in the description below. So without further ado, I say we get into it. Today we're stepping into the enchanting world of Sprites and Sprouts, where magic, gardening, and a little bit of competition come together in the whimsical Mythwind universe. Sprites and Sprouts is a 1 to 5 player game where you'll plant to 10 crops, complete clever garden challenges, predict and plan for harvest, improve your sprite skills, all while navigating a shared garden board and a ticking clock, aka the changing seasons brought on by farmer cards. At its heart, it is an action selection, worker placement, and pattern building game, all rolled into one charming package. But what does that mean? I am so glad you asked. Let's dive down and take a closer look at how the game works. All right, to start, let's just take a quick look at the board and the setup. So we are going to be placing the garden board in the center of the table, and that is this board here. This is the shared garden board, and it's where all the crops will be planted and tended. Nearby, we have the farm board, which tracks the farmer's days and harvests. We also have the farmer deck, which is placed right here. This drives the pace of the game, and we also have the challenge decks up here. We have challenge A and challenge B, and the challenge decks set your planting and scoring goals. We also have a bag of crop tiles, and over to the side, you'll see the current kind of display and market of the available crop tiles, but the bag is full of them. These are all double-sided, tended and untended. So green would be your tended and brown would be your untended. So obviously these are all currently untended. We also have skill tokens, which are in the purple bag. You'll unlock these to improve your different actions. So you can see right here, this matches the symbols that are on the player boards. Each player chooses one of the 5 sprites. I have currently set up for a 4-player game, but of course you can play up to 5 players. So you're going to choose your sprite, you will get your sprite meeple. You will also gain 4 workers. However, in a 5-player game, you'll get 3 workers instead. And everyone will start with a revealed challenge card, which tells you where to plant your first crop. So as you can see, we pulled these from challenge deck A. These are face-up challenge cards that we have dealt to every player. Now, I haven't set up the current board yet because I figured we could do that together. The way that you're going to do this is you're going to look at the letter and number combination in the upper left-hand corner, and whoever has the lowest is going to go first. So A4 will be the first player. So they are going to draw and place an untended garden square into the current garden. And they're going to do that in A4. So right here. Then the next player is going to be B4, and they're going to do the same thing. Then we have D1, and they are also going to do that. And then finally we have D4. Another thing to note is that there's also an extra random challenge card that is drawn to start, and we are also going to place another tile in that space, which is C3. Okay. These all are going to go back to the bottom of the deck, and then we are going to take these cubes and we are going to fill these in here based on where we put them. So we had A4, B4, D4, C3, and D1. You'll also secretly get a challenge card for later use, so that would be the face down challenge cards that you see next to all of the players' boards. Each day, which is a round, has 4 phases: start of day, sunrise, sunset, and end of day. So let's take a closer look at how the phases flow. Starting with phase 1, start of day. In this phase, you will reveal the day by drawing and revealing a farmer card. That's these right here. The total number drawn will be determined by player count. The farmer cards are actually signifying the round, so when you are looking at a 4-player game, which is what we are currently playing, that means we will have a total of 3 rounds, aka 3 farmer cards. These sometimes bring in special effects, maybe bonus scoring, conditions, or restrictions for the day. You will also set the harvest forecast. Draw a hidden challenge card and place it face down. Later, this card will reveal which patch of the garden is about to be scored. Then we're going to move into phase 2, which is called the sunrise phase. So, for player turns, each player will take a full turn before passing clockwise. Here's what happens on your turn. You'll move your sprite meeple. This is your sprite meeple right here. You must move your sprite to a new action space. We have plant, tend, prep, or magic, which is where your sprite begins. You can't move to a space where a worker already is sitting, so we wouldn't be able to take the magic action right away. We would have to move to a different space. Then, optionally, you can take the action. You can use the ability of the action space that you move to. So, as an example for plant, you will take any one crop and place it on an empty patch in the garden. Then you'll place a worker. You must place one of your worker meeples onto the garden board, and you'll remember that we start with 4 in a 4-player game. Workers go either onto a crop tile or a row/border space next to the crops. You can only have 1 worker per tile spot. So you could place a worker here as an example, or you could even place one here or here. If you used the magic action, you'll actually place your worker on that action instead. Then you'll score challenge cards. If you can, complete challenge cards from your hands or the ones already revealed in front of you. Challenges ask you to create patterns like lines, boxes, fields, diagonals, and so on using your sprouts on the garden grid. Then you'll score those stars. So as an example with this challenge card that Fix has, it's looking for square root. So we are trying to form a box that has a 2x2 crop of this carrot sprite. Let's take a look at the actions in a little bit more detail, starting with plant. We already kind of talked about that one, but for plant, you will take a crop tile from the resource area and place it anywhere empty in the garden. If there's no room, you can replace a non-occupied tile. So I could take this and I could put it here, or if there's no room, and let's just say this looked like this, I wouldn't be able to replace this one, but this one's currently unoccupied, so I could replace this one. The second action is tend. Tend allows us to flip a crop tile from its untended to its tended side. Now, tended crops are worth more points, so that's definitely why you would want to do this, and you simply flip it over. What you can also do instead, if a crop tile has already been tended, you can choose to rotate it in any direction, and you may want to do that because it could potentially help with your challenge goal. Next up, we have prep. And for prep, you're going to draw 2 challenge cards. You'll keep one secretly and reveal the other. This secretly clues everyone in to possible future harvest spots. So you'll draw them from the current challenge deck. Take a peek. Keep one for yourself and reveal the other. Finally, we have magic. This allows you to boost another action. So you could plant twice, tend 2 tiles, prep with extra benefits like gain a random skill token and move one of your workers. During magic, no skills apply. It's just pure raw magic. Then we move into phase 3, the sunset phase. So let's talk about harvest. You'll reveal the hidden harvest forecast challenge card that you drew during the start of the day. If you remember, that's right here. The patch listed on the card determines the row and column that gets scored. So for this one, it's C1. So we have 1 and we have C. Points are going to come from a few different places. The first being the harvest location. In this instance, like I said, it's C1. So let's just say there was a tile here. We're going to put our little dude right there, okay? So the harvest location itself will score 5 victory points if untended, or it'll score a total of 10 victory points if it's flipped and it's tended. Border spaces in the same row will score 2 stars if untended or 4 if tended. And then other crops in the row will score 1 if untended or 2 if tended. So let's just set up a little example here. So the harvest location itself, right here, we have fix on that location and it's been tended. So they would score 10 victory points, and you're going to track all of that using your little victory point tokens. Border spaces, so once again, we have C and 1. So we have both Chunk and Alita in those spaces, and because this tile that's in the current space has been tended, they're going to each score 4 points. If it was untended, then they would each score 2 points. Then we have other crops in the row or column. So here, none of them have a worker on them, but let's just say Chunk had one here. They would score 2 points because they are on a tended crop in the correct row. And here we would have Fix scoring another 1 point, and then we would have Bach scoring 2 because they're on one that's tended. Bonuses from farmer cards might also kick in here. So if you'll take a look at the current farmer card, we have Cornucopia. 1 victory point for each corn in a plot with a sprite at the end of the day. After scoring, all workers are returned to players. Then every crop tile in the same row and column of the harvested patch is removed. Poof! It's like a little mini wipeout each day, forcing you to rethink your garden plans constantly, because remember, we do have hidden challenges that we are trying to achieve. So in this instance, because it was C1, that means, well, first we would all take back our little workers. Everybody come home. And then we would remove all of these and all of these. Finally, we have phase 4, end of day. Now it's time to gain some skills. Skill tokens are drafted starting with the player who's behind on the scoreboard. This is a fun catch-up mechanism. So I didn't do all of the actual scoring, but let's say it looked something like this. We are going to start with Alita right here. So to do this, we're going to draw skill tokens from the bag based on player count plus 2. So in our 4-player game, that would be 6 tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So starting with the player who's the most behind, they're going to get to select first, and they might want this one. We'll just place it into an available space. Then we're going to go over here, and they might want this one. Then we'll go here to Chunk, and they want this one. And then we're going to go over to Fix, and they want this one. And I will mention that players can replace old skills if they choose to. So as an example, if Chunk had all of this column filled up and they wanted this instead, you can replace one of your old ones. Then the next day is set up. You'll start by revealing new challenges. You'll also refill the crop resource area. All sprites will move back to the magic space, and the first player token will be passed left. So you'll actually be removing the existing crop tiles here, and you will be replacing them with 5 new ones. Okay, we're going to reveal 1 card face up to each player, and then reveal 1 extra so that 5 total are face up. And then we are going to place patches just as we did at the start of the game, and then we are going to cover up these spaces. The game will end once all farmer cards have been played and the last harvest finishes. Final scores are tallied, and of course, the highest score wins. If there's a tie, the sprite with the most skills wins the tiebreaker. And if there's still a tie, well, you both get to share in the garden's glory. Now let's talk about challenge cards. Your challenge cards are where the puzzle really shines. Each card asks for specific patterns made with sprouts, okay? As an example, we have Box, which is asking you to complete a 2x2 square of crops. And you'll remember we looked at this one earlier. It's asking for a 2x2 square of carrot crops, which this person has achieved because they have carrots all in those 4 squares. Then we have Corner. You're going to score for matching sprouts that touch at the corners. So here in this one, it's called Orange Crush. You're looking for carrots touching at a corner. Okay, so you'll see right here, it's got 4 carrots touching at the corners. Then we have Diagonal. you're lining up sprouts diagonally. So in this one, ah shucks, each corn in an unbroken diagonal line is what this one is looking for. So you can see the example right there. We also have field, which is looking for big orthogonal clusters of the same sprout type. So in this instance, it's looking for berries, each berry in the largest uneven field. We also have scatter, so you're looking for sprouts placed far apart without touching. This one is looking for each grape not touching another. And we also have trail, which is a clean line without any branching off. So you'll see here, each carrot in a non-branching line. So this one here is non-branching. We have another set over here, but it's branching off, so we're not going to be looking for that one. And please remember that tended crops always score better than untended ones, so you want to make sure that you're flipping those tiles and, of course, getting your workers out on them. So that, my friends, in a nutshell, is how Sprites and Sprouts works. Now your question might be, who is this game for? Well, if you love cozy games with clever puzzles, Sprites and Sprouts is made for you. It's perfect for fans of pattern building and gentle competition and shared board dynamics, where every choice reshapes the game for everyone else. Whether you're a solo gamer plotting out the perfect garden or a group of friends looking for a game that mixes charm with sneaky strategy, this one delivers a magical, thinky experience without being overwhelming. And this plays ages 10 and up, so it's super welcoming while not being kind of so simple that it doesn't have enough crunch for gamers as well. And, I mean, I feel like I don't need to say it because you can see it with your own eyes, but it's very, very, very cute. Also, if you love the world of Mythwind and kind of what that entails, you will recognize some familiar faces in this game that you may have seen in Mythwind. So if you love that world, this could be a great addition to kind of expand upon the world that you already love. So Sprites and Sprouts is just a delightful blend of strategy and charm. You're building up this living garden, but because of the hidden harvests and daily wipeouts, you also have to stay flexible and think ahead. That is everything that I have for today. I would love to know in the comments below if this is a game that you're interested in. Have you played Mythwind? Is that a game that you have enjoyed? Please let me know. And if this seems like it will be a good fit for you, I will have all of the information that you need down in the description below. If you're interested in buying board games like ones that are already out, like Mythwind as an example, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that's the Boardroom Game Cafe. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. I hope to see you again soon. And now I say goodbye. Goodbye.